I've never actually let the title screen on this long. Have I? So that's the first time I've seen the title screen flip over to this. Now, I believe if we continue, does it just load our last save? Ooh, ooh. Oh, we caught the transition here. Ah. Very interesting. Let's see what else I can transition into. Okay, let's dive back in, shall we?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Oh,
You're
yeah.
a monarchist. Is slaying a princess that much
Why was
worse
that my first
than
reaction?
slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
I don't know,
If
again.
anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Again, I kind of have a vague plan going into this, but we'll see what happens here. Can't someone else do this?
You're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Are you sure about that? Forget it, I'm not doing this.
No, you have to do it.
I'm now convinced. Okay, fine, I'll go to the
As long as you
cabin.
remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Right.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
In we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The
Blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Nah, I'm good.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If
the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her
Right.
voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
It's almost like we've heard it before, even. Let's continue on down.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Well, we'll see. Let's see what we can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there's a key, you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Alright, let's go back down.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
So this is starting out the same as the path that got us to the witch.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
I thought the witch was centered around betrayal.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
And that was
If we could
after...
just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
That betrayal happened after she got her arm out of here.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's kill here.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Will this just get us back to the witch again?
The
Ooh,
princess
hello.
pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your
Maybe
eyes
we're
with
on the right
ferocity of a
track.
cornered predator.
This is definitely different.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you lower your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Now she's gone fully feral. Oh god.
Again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Well, safe.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
We can kill here, we can... Once we finish the job.
Your resolve and to take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor Princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the Princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
Where will this
You
take
don't have
us?
time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, this takes us to the witch again. I want to experiment with this. Sorry for this. Let's run
The
away.
princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now.
This might take us to one of the... Yep.
Locking it behind
Okay,
you,
I know.
quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
I know where this is going to take us.
Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
She's going to haunt us after
You
death.
settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Right?
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
Cabin's haunted.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Good night.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake
Oh, she gone.
to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer,
Oh, yep.
one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
We know how this ends.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Fortunately for you, it's not. Was I nearly save over? I'm just gonna give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds
Guess
you
we'll
managed to
die.
inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. Okay, this is new.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We're gonna roll with this.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
In time, we'll go back and send the rest of the princesses who we passed through on our way, who we passed through in our earlier expeditions. We'll send them to the Shifting Mound just so we can see those scenes. She's gonna kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened,
Ooh, hunted.
then something else must have trapped us here.
I don't think we've encountered hunted that much.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Ooh, okay.
Those are two
Usual
very
question.
different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
Oh, what's the point of doing
For
anything?
asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
You know, this is actually a good question. It's a better question than you'd expect. The whole different worlds we doomed by not killing the princess. Like, that can't be real since this is all happening inside the whole long, quiet pocket dimension. Some kind of stable time loop that resets when either we die or we leave.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Alright, let's
Just
talk.
be quick about it.
Killed me last
Like I
time.
said, if she killed you, it was probably because
yep.
you didn't listen to me. Don't
Okay,
talk
fair.
to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Fair and fair. Ripping me to
You
pieces.
just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Who locked her in
People
there?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Alright,
Great.
no more
And if you
questions.
don't mind, the whole world is waiting with
Let's go.
bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Right, sure. He is objectively correct.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe. Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
You will need it if you want to do this right. Alright.
Very different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Right.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Alright, let's go. I'm gonna skip the mirror this time. We'll save. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Alright. In we go. Mirror just goes poof when we don't look at it. Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
It sounds like it's raining outside.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet.
It is wet.
Descending into a jungle.
Huh.
If
The princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Ooh.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Volby style?
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the
there she
leaves,
is.
staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Hello there.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Let's move.
You lunge
Whoa!
forward, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot
my
where you could have
goodness.
been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Hey, good looking. Oh, the leitmotif twisted into a more tense.
Before you can blink, she's gone,
Oh.
vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers.
Oh, there she is.
A pair of shining eyes peering
Hello.
out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will
Oh?
get what I
Oh, Vore?
want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
I saw her fly by me.
She is
Are you sure
clearly
about
not.
that? Right. Why do you want to kill
Does
me?
anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Ooh, interesting choices. Play dead. Play dead.
We're playing dead. It's unexpected. It could work. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you collapse to the ground, feigning death.
Achievement
She lands
opossum.
directly on top of you with her full weight, nearly crushing you into the dirt, but then silence, only broken by the sound of your beating heart. It actually worked, didn't it? Only, what do we do to make her leave? Do we just keep playing dead? She sniffs at you, shifting her weight uncomfortably as her face finds yours. Her breaths are hot and oppressive against your skin.
Have you seen
Oh,
my
hi.
great big eyes? Because they see you, fledgling. They see your heartbeat pulsing in your throat.
Move, now!
Oh!
It's too late for you to move. Her jaw unhinges, and she swallows you whole. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you,
Oh.
no. This isn't it. You're in
Oh.
a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip.
Oh,
Your
Vore!
hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
It's horrifying. I hate it.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
Damn.
The chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that
Together,
help?
huh?
Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Hmm. Screw you, dies. Some interesting questions to ask, though. Questions to ask here. Can you talk to the
I
cabin?
understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slip from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Hmm. Could I ask you for swallowing me
I acted on
alive?
my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
Ooh, I hate
Can't
this.
hold me forever.
Hmm. Does this really do anything, though? You need me to want me to free. You need me to want to free you, don't you? Can't force me to let you out of here.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
Ooh, that's horrible.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
If we had agreed to let her leave, could we have sent her to the shifting mound?
We are a path
Ooh.
in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Our icon is the unraveled shadowy.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
Hey boss, this is a funny story, but,
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Oh, isn't that fun? He's upset.
Hi, Contrarian.
Of course I'm upset. The world is at stake here, as I'm sure you already know.
How have you been, bro?
Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
Vore happened.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart, and we can be so much more still, vast, unfathomable.
If you really want to know what happened, we tried playing dead, and she ate us. She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Sure, being one with the princess is pretty great, but what can we even do right now? Hope we're not supposed to just passively exist like this. I did not sign up for passive existence when we faked our own death.
But passively exist. This thing watching, what is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
Because weren't we 2 parts of the same whole?
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
Killing death by splitting off... Removing death from the world by splitting it off into a separate form. And pitting them against each other.
He wants us to kill each other.
Each other?
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
Okay, let's say I want to stop her. What do I do? I feel like I can't do much of anything right now.
You can start by remembering that you exist, and not as some part of a Gestalt entity formed with the princess. You exist as your own self, complete with your own physical body separate from hers. I'm not so sure about that. We were something like that once, but now? And if thinking about that isn't enough to startle you back to reality, consider this. The princess ate you last time. Stop passively vibing with a literal predator and remember that you're enemies. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
Will it collapse the vibes if we do?
We
Oh!
can't go back to that.
Oh!
We can't go back to the fear and the hunger
Oh,
and
hello.
the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it.
Maybe
Okay.
a little peek wouldn't hurt. Aren't you curious? I'm curious. You should look. Never mind. If he wants to look, then I don't want to.
Good call, Contrarian. Gets the tear your heart. Bury it now.
You can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
Turn inward and find your freedom. Glimpse of something bigger.
You fall
Alright.
inward, into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body?
You're still
Can you
here.
even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best
Right.
to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
Never come back
all
the
of this,
same.
and screw this guy in particular, always telling us what we can and can't do, always going on and on about rules and the fate of the world. I've had enough. You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be. You just need to find it. Alright.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end.
Hello there.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real. Yeah! Ruin is day.
Words aren't real, we're
You
real.
can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you. Let's find the way out.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
Oh? We're going to war. But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
The desperation is
It's too
real.
late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
We shatter the cage.
No, stop!
but his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world, at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole. Doesn't look that great. I like it better.
Thanks, Trarian. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
Oh, how are the hands even gonna... Oh! You never get a chance to answer her. Turn to see her gone behind you, replaced by something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd ever go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Let's just stay still.
Let's play dead.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
Play dead. But narrator's gone.
Does that mean the world ended?
Narrator seemed to leave the moment we broke the fence of the simulation.
It hasn't ended.
Or the pocket universe
Again,
we're in here.
what the hell are we supposed to do?
I don't know if that's a proper term for it, but pocket dimension of sorts. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Awful about it. I don't think you should. No, don't do that. That thing reeks of death.
Yep, that's me.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Ignore him. That's new. You approach the mirror. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Go to the cabin. Oh wow. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
It's like hands and nerves in the shape of a heart. Gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of
A
answers.
curious heart.
She will make for a curious heart.
Very curious
Do
indeed.
not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
A part of a greater whole, I imagine. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What's some comfort, I suppose. Whatever the world's
I know
beyond.
only that they are.
Just cover a few questions here.
I have
You in
only
charge
just
here?
now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
You always the princess? Or just making
You
her be?
speak in circles.
Well, yeah, you
Does
started
it
it.
matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Alright, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Alright.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Here we go again.